What's up, my people out there? This is a very touchy subject, but I want to say this because earlier I'm listening to KRS-One, and I got respect for the brother. He was saying something about when we die, there's things we can't take with us. This physical body, any of this stuff. And he said the Egyptians thought they could, or they think they could, or whatever the case was. It almost seemed as if he was trying to clown the Egyptians, clown them for what they had believed in. But I honestly don't think that the Egyptians thought that they could take that with them, that physical stuff. I think it was a sign of all that they possessed would go with them. There was no need for other people to take the jewelry. They had their own. Bury him with his earnings and belongings. They're his. So bury him with that. And most people would say, why the hell though? He don't need it, he dead. And I understand that too. But they didn't need to take anything from him. They didn't need none of what he had. They already had it for themselves. On to the whole big thing though. The process of learning about death, life and death is serious. And we all know it is. But the learning aspect of it, should nobody be teased about it or should be looked down upon their opinions. So I'm not looking down upon KRS-One's opinion on what he believes in this life and in death thing. He said something to the people about how did you think Jesus managed to be there but not be there when they hung him on a cross? And I'm saying to myself, wow, damn, okay. He was going in for the Christian believers with the Jesus theory. He put a picture up. It said rock star. He told the people to say it without your mouth moving. Now, before I go further, I'm a master at that. I used to write my rhymes on the mirror because I knew that there was an inner me. All right? So when I touch this subject, I just want y'all to understand that I'm not a fool to none of this, and my outlook is different, okay? So here we go. Back to the KRS-One. He said, you say rock star without your mouth moving. The people did it, and then they, He said, now close your eyes, and you could still see rock star within, inside of you. And then he went on to say, that is the inner soul. That is the soul of you. And your soul is what keeps memories. He said the soul could see, the soul could hear without the eyes and the brain. Or none of this physical stuff. And I said, wow, I know a couple people who think like that. And I said to myself, how come when I get to that point in the road, I just can't grasp that? And the reason is because of this. He said the soul experiences things. And that's how it knows. That's how it, experience this sight, experience this sound, and now it knows these sounds and these sights. It will stay in your memory with the soul. I only came to a hope because, listen, people, the soul, as he would say, that voice inside of you. Now, let me make it this simple. What if this is the case? You have an inner ear so you can hear your inner self. Because he said that the body only sees up, the circumference of a the flesh is up, down, right, and the left, and what's around it. It doesn't talk about it doesn't have the in and the out. And I'm saying it does. The flesh does have an in and out. Understand what I'm saying? The body is one with the soul. You can't have one without the other. You can't. This is my outlook. You can't have one without the other. How is this possible? How is this possible? Because if you could have one without the other, if you could have that, then what's the need for you having a physical body here? What's the need of it? It's just a waste of time. Why would you need a physical body if you could have that without the body? Your body's here, it's just a waste of time. So you're telling me that the creator of all wasted its time putting bodies here when it has a soul already? What's this shit for? It's for you? The creator said, yo, I want people to experience this feeling, and we'll give them a body to add to their souls. So now your soul has a body. Is this is this how they got us thinking? This is dividing us even before we're fucking, you're dehumanizing me. Okay. All right. Now, let's get on with this situation. The inner voice that I can hear is mine. Okay? That's what's connected to the cosmos, as they're saying, I assume. Okay. So, that's that inner being within me. Now, am I not one with the cosmos? Am I not one with the inner being that's in me? He spoke about dimensions, but I am a dimension. I am a being with dimensions. It didn't say that I was able to go to other dimensions. The other dimensions are within me. On this earth, there might be a few dimensions, but that's the earth's dimensions. You are an earth with dimensions within you. Who told you you can go to this dimension and that dimension and that dimension after you leave this body? Now, some of us are going to say, we can leave the body and go journey and astral plane and do all these things. And I say, whoa, deep, because the imagination is heavy. The brain is very powerful. I don't care what nobody say, man. He said that the body, he said that the soul holds the memories, not the brain. Well, what about when you get hit in the head and struck? Before that, you remember before getting struck in the head, and then you don't remember nothing after getting struck in the head. When you wake up, you didn't hear or see any motherfucking thing. You didn't hear nothing, and you wasn't even dead. You was unconscious. The brain was damaged. Without the brain, there's no activity. The brain is the antenna. I'm trying to figure out what KRS-One was talking about. The brain is the antenna. The brain is the inner. The brain ain't on the outside of the body. The brain is a very valuable aspect. It is the recorder of memories. It is the recorder of experience. When the brain dies, you die. Now, you can say that there's an afterlife after this, and you'll be able to do all that. But when you're astroplaning, you're still conscious. The brain isn't dead. The brain isn't dead. He said that you could see the rock star jump. You could see it with your eyes closed. Well, you can see it with your eyes closed because you already have a picture of it. The brain took a picture of this, so when you close your eyes, you could see it. What does that have to do with your soul? Now, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not saying that my brother is wrong. I'm just saying that, how does he know this? How can you say this, my brother? How can you say this and not have these actual facts? That voice inside of you is your dual personality. It's your dual conscience. It's what was given to you and every other being on this planet. How do you divide this? We are still dividing each other. You are one with that. That's just it. Without it, there is nothing. There's nothing. You're going to float into the cosmos? If the soul keeps memories, when you die, if you come back, you're going to remember everything in your last life? Because if you have been here before, how come you don't remember what's going on and what's going to happen or what could happen? Is it because it's a new experience maybe in this new life? Yeah, but I know you're going to see some things that are familiar. Me personally think the voice inside is the God voice. It's the voice of that being inside of me. But when I think about it, the voice inside has negative and positive thoughts too. So, okay, there's planes and realms to a human being. But the human being doesn't leave its planes and realms. It leaves its planes and realms only in thought. When the brain is dead, there are no more thoughts. Well, am I right? The soul don't think. It reacts off the brain. You're saying that it doesn't need the brain, that it already existed before it had a brain. So what did it do before it had a brain? You're saying it heard, it spoke, it did all this before it had a brain. Well, I don't remember being in the womb. I don't remember anything before having a brain or eyes or ears. I don't remember none of that. So is that shit even relevant to tell me that before I had ears and all that, my soul was floating around and I could hear and see it and everything? So now when I got in the body, all that shit just erased away? What you gonna tell me? They took out my pineal gland and now I can't remember none of the stuff that I lived in my past life? Because I had to have some type of adventure before I entered this body. If this is the case, I don't remember none of the adventures. And neither could none of you motherfuckers tell me any of y'all adventures neither. You're going to tell me that you talk to God? You're connected to the cosmos? I understand. That's cool. Even this cosmos had to have a body. Planets. Bodies of planets. The sun is a body. The moon is a body. It has a substantial, it's one with itself. You are one with yourself. But the more you keep dividing yourself, the farther and farther you get away from reality. Because this shit is real. We all want to look for something to avoid living this physical life. This is physical and it ain't going to stop until you die. It's one. I don't care. Y'all keep dividing this. You are a spiritual being because you have the duality. To me, spiritual is duality, man. If you're just one way, you're not spiritual. See what I'm saying? If you don't have that inner voice, which everybody does, how you existing?